Hello everyone, and welcome to the 71st episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. We're getting up there in episode numbers.
We really are.
It's kind of embarrassing for both of our
it's
social lives.
It's kind of sad, honestly.
My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and still in his home, friend, buddy thing, Frederick.
This person who I occasionally talk to.
So, in case you don't know, because of COVID lockdown, we're still separated from each other, a travesty of our time. But Freddie is, at home, and he doesn't have a microphone, so that's why his audio's like that. And we're going to be like this for a couple more weeks, but hopefully, maybe in a couple of episodes, we're back to the normal audio thing. But you know what?
I like how we went through this phase of like 3 or so pods where we had audio. Then we're like, all right, we're back, baby. Had 2 or so podcasts with good quality,
and then
we immediately drop off again.
Back to the trash. Yeah, I think it's emblematic of our style, you know. A glimmer of hope and then garbage. So
garbage.
Today we're just doing a classic news catch-up episode because there's lots of news to talk about, and we got some announcements and such. We got a couple of mini reviews. You know, it's going to be a good episode. Timecodes down below. I mean, okay, that's generous. It's going to be an adequate episode.
It's going to be an episode. Let's just say that.
You will probably hear some sounds coming out of your computer for this episode.
You will understand a few of the words we will say.
So, let's just dive into it with the mini reviews. What we watched the past week or so.
My.
I only have 2 here.
I've also only got 2.
Because we went last week. It was mini reviews galore, and now this week I kept watching New Girl. So I'm well into season 3 now. I'm seeing the Winston Bishop madness starting to take form, and I'm enjoying it.
Yes, it's a wonderful thing.
I like how they've just completely shifted his character, like without any explanation. Just he's now.
Yeah, it's just season 3. He's now a crazy man.
It's still delightful. Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything of note happened, but I don't know. Yeah.
Have you seen Winston and his puzzles?
Of course, I've seen Winston and his puzzles, and I've seen Schmidt move out and Schmidt cheat on his 2 girlfriends, and then it all comes crashing down. Oh my god! Classic Schmidt.
Honestly, I was classic Schmidt.
Also, I mean spoilers, but it's sort of obvious. Nick and Jess finally got together, which was nice because there's been 2 seasons of emotional and or sexual tension, and now finally it kind of happened, and then it stopped again. I will say by the end I was kind of like, are we gonna go through another
just kiss her, man?
Like they kept doing this, like now he has a girlfriend, now she has a boyfriend, and now he's doing this, and I'm like, we know where. I've seen Jim and Pam. All right, I'm an expert in love. All right, I know where this is going.
I'm an expert in love as I've seen Jim Halpert find his.
That's all it takes for a man. So, but yeah, no, delightful stuff. What about you? What have you been watching?
I did in fact start and finish The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, little chess man
thing.
Or chess woman, I guess.
Serious judging? Yeah, please.
I've only seen the poster, but
how is it? It is genuinely such a good show. I think it's only 7 episodes, so it's like it's not a very long watch. I watched it in 2 days because you know.
Because that's how Freddie rolls.
For the pod. But genuinely so good. I've been playing a lot of chess after seeing it as well. nerding out a little bit. But yeah, like both the chess, like they make I think even if you don't play chess, they make it interesting. Like similar to what's that song? That song movie? So The Big Short, where like you don't have to know anything about stocks or whatever the it is they talk about, but they still make it an interesting movie, you know?
I like that review of The Big Short. They talk about money or adult things, I don't know.
Some economy shit. I'm just a YouTuber, man.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and like very, very
it's like tense.
Very tense. The lead character is very good. And a very, very like, not to spoil anything, but a very, very good and satisfying ending.
It's old Russian metal arm lady, isn't it?
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
And also Beast McAvoy's best friend. These are the things I know her as. I know her name is Annie Joy, but I refuse to refer to her as such.
I didn't know her as that. I didn't know her as Beast McAvoy's best friend.
Remember in Split and
no, I do.
Jackson movie?
I do. The Jackson. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Split yet, so.
Oh, fair enough. Also,
so I do remember.
I will just throw. There was a new episode of WandaVision in here. Still very good, but not much new to say. Just still.
Is it coming out every week then?
Yeah, I think it's every Friday maybe. Yeah. So leech off.
I do want to watch some WandaVision.
Leech off the girlfriend's Disney Plus and get on that.
You know it.
And then the other kind of thing I watched this week, I realized I haven't talked about UFC for a while. I do think if we have Freddy's Anime Hour, we should have BHL's UFC hurrah. But I did
UFC hurrah.
I'm watching it all the time. I just don't really talk about it. But there was a big card, UFC 257, which I got up at 4 a.m. to watch.
I've got a question. So UFC 257, do multiple people fight at that, or is it only one
Yeah, no, it's a full. Every event is a full card of 10 or 12 fights. So I watched I didn't watch the prelims, but I watched the full main card live with my dad early in the morning, and we saw the main event. Yeah, no, there was a huge knockout.
So what are we thinking? What are the thoughts?
So
let's get some BHL UFC.
Well, I did make a video about this, so I'm qualified to talk about it. But
so I actually know what I'm talking about this time.
Dustin Poirier, the betting underdog, TKO'd Conor McGregor in the second round. Pretty insane moment, because I thought he could win. I thought it was possible, but I thought if he did, it would be that was the last way. If he knocked him out, it would be very late, or it would be a decision, or maybe even a submission, even though unlikely. But I did not think he was going to knock him out early. That's McGregor's thing.
It was second round, right?
Early. Yeah. And
out of 3 or 5 rounds?
5, because it was a main event. And yeah, and also the thing is, because McGregor was talking about, he's the best he's ever been, he's going to absolutely destroy him, and, he's been right most of the times in the past, so I kind of, I was buying into it. I was like, all right, and he looked in great shape and everything, and yeah, just Dustin pulled it out. I mean, great fight.
Were you rooting for the McGregor or the Dustin?
I was, it was a win-win kind of situation, because, if either of them won, it would lead to, it leads to interesting things either way. But I was for this fight, I was rooting for Dustin, because he might be my favorite fighter, active right now, because he has an amazing story. He's a great person. He has an awesome fighting style. And if you look at who he's fought an absolute, murderer's row. And it's just, it's incredible. And he has a great story. And I hope he becomes the champion now. And I'm curious to see what happens next with McGregor. But yeah, I hope he rebounds. Or maybe retires, because he doesn't really have much else to prove.
I doubt he'll ever reach the point he was before, right? I think he's peaked.
I think he'll fight one more time, and if he looks amazing in that, then maybe he can make another run. But if he gets, because this is the first time he'd ever been knocked out in his entire career, which is pretty crazy to see. Yeah, he just got it's pretty great finish as well. It was a classic Poirier finish. He started just flurries and great stuff. So
you should be just sitting next to Joe Rogan at this next event. Oh, that's a classic, Dustin. Do you watch his podcast?
Occasionally. It's on Spotify now, so not really, but I see some clips here and there. What about you? What's your last mini?
Well, I do believe it's time for Freddy's Anime Hour. God. Roll the intro.
I hate you.
Also, I very much appreciated that you did it last time.
I'm not gonna not put in the intro.
I'll bitch about it, but I won't not do it.
It sucks and pains me in my heart, but I'll do it.
But I am a man. So, watch another episode of Attack on Titan. I'm not gonna put it in now. This whole thing of me praising you for putting it in. Watch another episode of Attack on Titan, and it gets better and better and better. It is by far the best season so far, I'd say.
Damn.
And it's just so good. It's getting a lot of hate CGI wise, because instead of doing normal animation for some of the Titans, they used CGI. I think don't really know how that works in anime, but whatever. And so a lot of people are hating on it. I'm like, I really don't see any difference. So everyone out there, shut the
get ready for Freddy the anime expert to put you in your places.
Yeah, you know me. Have you even seen my intro?
Huh. I mean, it sounds like you're blindly following the show.
It's so good.
Is it the last season?
And then it is the last season. Thank God. BHL things. No, I don't want to spoil anything because obviously you're gonna watch it. But it was just an all out like action episode. It was just very, very cool. And then I watched a bit of Darling in the Franxx, another great anime. See, you ever need to lull BHL Hudson to sleep? Just put the second on. You'll see his eyelids slowly close.
Darling in the Franxx.
It's a very good show. A mech, which I know you don't know what is. I talked about it last time. Just watch a few more episodes of that. Still pretty good. And yeah.
Still good?
It's still pretty good. Still pretty good.
Well, there we go. That was Freddy's Anime Hour.
Thank God that's over.
Thanks for watching. Well, now I think we just jump directly with just no hesitation into the news.
No hesitation. The Franco just climbs into the screen. First
of all, I think a tragic piece of news, potentially one of the most tragic pieces of news of the past, I don't want to say millennium?
Okay, I genuinely thought it was going to be about, like, Larry King's death, but the way you've set this up...
No, I mean, that's. I would not set up a sarcastically tragic thing with an actually tragic thing. Well, now you made me feel bad for this bit. Anyway.
Go on, do the bit.
Jordan Peele retires from acting. So, Jordan Peele...
that's so sad.
And he explained, I have his quote here, "I like watching my movies. I can watch the films I direct, but watching me perform just feels like a bad kind of masturbatory. It's masturbation you don't enjoy. I feel like I got to do so much, and it is a great feeling. When I think about those great moments..." Yeah, that's all he says about masturbating. So that's the main quote I wanted to read to you.
So basically, Peele is using a masturbation analogy to justify him quitting.
Yeah, very appropriate for the man who played the greatest sex detective in the world.
Yeah.
But I get that. I mean, he's
well, he hasn't acted in a few years, hasn't he?
I mean, he appears here and there. He was in like Toy Story 4, and he was in the classic Keanu, which I have not seen. But
right, I have not seen that.
Middling things, but
I've heard less than ideal things.
I think he's just his passion has shifted to a different kind of art, as opposed to his previous art, which was again the world's greatest sex detective. But
and when you say it out loud, it makes sense.
we love Peele, and I mean, I would love to see. I
feel kind of bad for Keegan.
Well, Keegan's doing him right. Keegan's in The Predator. Keegan's in.
That's exactly what I mean.
Keegan's in the Franco son-in-law movie. He's doing. Okay. He's not what.
Have you seen that scene yet that I talked about?
No. I'm saving it to watch it with you, obviously. But in other Peele news, again, we should have a theme song for our new segment, Peele News. Peele.
Okay, we're just gonna have 6 different theme songs as this goes on.
The show is just theme songs.
Half the pod is just our listeners getting super tired because it's just.
Jesse Plemons, aka Meth Damon from Breaking Bad, if you remember.
Meth Damon.
Remember the Matt Damon lookalike who everyone called Meth Damon?
I do not.
What? Of course you do. He's also in Game Night. He's the creepy guy. He's in everything. Jesse Jesse Plemons. Your boy Plems.
All right, when you say it, when you use his code name, I guess what you mean.
When I use his official...
Jesse
he's in Breaking Bad. He's in Game Night. He's the guy who looks like Matt Damon.
Oh, he's Todd.
Yes. God, how did you... He's in Black Mass. How did you not get that from me saying Meth Damon? Anyway, him and Daniel Kaluuya have been offered the leads in Jordan Peele's next film. So, pretty exciting. We got Chris returning. We got Plems.
Well, what's the movie?
I can't remember, but it's coming... they haven't revealed anything about it, I don't think, but it's coming like 2022, I want to say. So... get excited for that. Another Woody's film, hopefully, if the world is open and you're in the country and Woody's reopens, and a bunch of circumstances need to happen.
Talk, Amanda.
So yeah, go Peele. Next piece of news. Did you see the Cherry trailer, aka Chirk, from that poster? If you remember the Tom Holland thing.
I did. I do not remember it whatsoever, but I did see it.
It has. If I Could Save Time in a Bottle as the song, but like an epic, cool version. Or maybe it's just how the song goes, I don't know. Maybe that song is just really epic, I don't really know. And Tom Holland's, he's sad about his girlfriend, and then he robs a bank or something. That's the
he's like a bank
tagline.
robber, but then he goes to the Marines or the Army or some shit.
Yeah, looks pretty good. It's Russo.
He's in everything these days.
Yeah, he's in Uncharted. He's gonna. Well, I guess we can move up the Wonka news to right now. I included this headline because I thought it was hilarious. I don't know why. Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp fans are trashing the Wonka prequel. Which, like, I just have to ask, how much time do you have on your hands? I mean, I know I run a podcast, but to trash the Wonka prequel, how does that happen?
I don't know. That sounds like something that's up there with like important political decisions. Trashing the Wonka sequel.
I sent you on Instagram because I just saw this post. I just love, like, I don't know why, but just the visual where it's just a picture of him and then it just says Wonka in big letters. Like, it's this epic, like, terrifying thriller. Anyway, guess who's in talks to play Wonka? I mean, we already talked about Tom Holland, but guess who else? Or they want to play Wonka.
Is it gonna be Joaquin?
No, it's a prequel. He has to be young. How could Tom Holland and Joaquin Phoenix be up for the same role? It's Timothy Chalamet is the other one they want.
Timothy.
I don't think he would be a very good Wonka. He's not, like, mystical enough. I don't think Tom Holland would be either. They're not, like...
I think Timothy Oliphant would be better.
You need someone, like, crazy and, like, kind of unhinged. Like a Depp, I guess, is where they went for that. Like a crazy man. Like, they have to have that, like, weird... Like, they could be a fun factory chocolate owner, or they could have, like, 8 corpses in their basement, you know? I don't see that with Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet.
What are some possible candidates we could yeah.
Goodness. I think, okay, you know what? He's too old because it's a prequel. I think John Hamm could make a decent Wonka. He has that...
I genuinely see
the
it.
Pizzazz, you know?
He does.
Yeah, actors under 30. Who are some, like, young, up-and-coming, like...
Could Patterson do it? Pattinson could do it. Don't look at the camera and judge me for saying Patterson.
Yeah, see, like, all these guys are too bland. Like, Nicholas Hoult. Actually, Hoult can be a bit crazy, but, like, Efron, they're too bland, you know? Anyway.
Efron could do it. I'm just saying, but, you know.
I would love to see it. Anyway, so that's we talked way too long about Wonka. Right?
Yo, I'm just saying, Colin Farrell.
He's look, yeah, for a Wonka sequel, that's as they say in the Sidemen videos, that's a shout, you know? But for a Wonka prequel, not about it. Sorry, Farrell.
The Gosling.
Again, too old. We need a Holland age, man. Anyway, moving on. Next piece of news. Fast and Furious 10 will be a 2-part finale to the whole series. So they got 9 coming up probably later in this year if it hasn't been delayed again, which it probably has because everything got delayed recently again. And then they'll do 10 part 1 and 10 part 2 to kind of wrap it up. So
why not just call it 10 and 11?
Because
why do they have to complicate things?
Diesel can't follow this. So where do you think it's going to go?
You know, Diesel's going to be just walking around in circles, not understanding what and where he is.
As usual. So I think my idea for this is you got to get everyone back together. You got to get... Because Dwayne's off...
Including Han.
I think Han's coming back for the new one. Han's alive.
What?
Yeah. See,
how's Han alive? He died. They went to his funeral.
I don't know. Maybe, you know... I don't know. But anyway, we got... Dwayne is off doing his own thing. Statham is off doing his own thing. We get back f***ing Statham's brother, the guy from The Hobbit. Get back John Cena.
Did you seriously just not refer to Chris Evans as Gaston?
Well, did you just seriously refer to him as Chris Evans? Freddie will be silent for the rest of the pod in shame. But you're right, I should have referred to him as Gaston. Then? Chris... Well, the reason
Luke Evans!
The reason I didn't say his name is because I didn't know his name. Anyway,
well, at least I knew his last name. Jeez.
Mirren.
Just
Gal Gadot.
Just call and response.
It's like Marco Polo.
Mirren.
Like the only one, obviously, with Paul Walker, I don't think they should do the CGI thing in the brother again because they sort of wrapped that up. But everyone else, make it like an epic reunion thing. I want to see Dwayne back there. I want to see Dwayne and Diesel having a fist fight. In real life.
But Dwayne and Diesel don't like each other in real life.
Exactly.
Right?
Then they should just do it like for real, and then just put it in the movie and be like, real stunts. Anyway, what do you think they're gonna do? Because in the next one,
warning: one of these individuals will be dead by the end of the movie.
John Cena's in the new one. What do you think they're gonna do in 10? I think they're gonna go to space. They've talked about it. That's kind of the logical finale.
I really hope that they shoot themselves into space, and then Blanta messes up and just gets shot into space, Mary Poppins y'all style, and dies.
Yes, without a spacesuit. They just strap him to this, like, they have the rocket going up, and then they just strap him to the side. Anyway. So yeah, that should be good. Let's see. We have some, I'd love to tell you this, we have some Charlie Cox news this week. And by this week, I mean...
You never hear anything from that guy.
Well, it's not from him.
What's he been up
actually,
to?
But he's still MIA. But it's not this week at all.
Charlie Cox MIA.
This is for the past few months. But what's it called? So Kevin Feige. There are two Feige Charlie pieces of news here. So firstly, he was asked if we'll see Charlie Cox return, and he just looked silently at the camera, which I saw and sent you because it was kind of amusing. And then, but also I think then there was another interview where he said like maybe, or like we'll see, or like you never know, or something like that. And apparently, according to rumors, he's wrapped up his filming on Spider-Man 3, Charlie Cox, allegedly.
Ooh.
So who knows?
I genuinely cannot wait for him to show up.
That would be.
I hope they do it in like a kind of epic way, where it's not just kind of like
not just
he's the run of the mill Cox. He's Daredevil.
He walks through in the background.
It's Cox Supreme.
God, see, this could be taken out of context very easily. You know what would be great if they have like, so Spider-Man, he needs someone, he's in the courtroom, and then Cox enters, and like the Daredevil theme kind of like plays a little bit in the score, like mixed in. Whew. Mama, that would be good. So, that's the
Morto Bene.
That's the Charlie news. Yeah, looking forward to that, hopefully. And speaking of people who may return in the MCU, Chris Evans, or as he is known in your household, Luke Evans, may return to the MCU as Captain America.
You absolute bastard.
So, yeah, what do you think of that?
I think, well, again, didn't he die? Wasn't he an old man?
I mean, he was an old man. There's a difference between being an old man and dying.
Is there?
I mean, they didn't... First of all, it's just a rumor, and Chris Evans himself said, like, I don't know anything about this, but if they're going to do it...
They've been filming him without his knowledge.
I think there are a few possibilities, because I don't think they would bring him back just like, hey, I'm back and normal. Like, I think he got his happy ending. I think they might bring him back in the sense where, like, he's a Skrull pretends to be him, or, like, Loki pretends to be him, or, stuff like that.
Could he be in the Loki, or, like, one of the TV shows, like the Loki show?
He could show up as, like, a little cameo in a time travel, yeah, like with Loki. And they're going to alternate dimensions and all this stuff for, like, every single thing in Phase 4, so there are lots of opportunities for Evans to reappear. But yeah, people are saying they could do like a 6-part miniseries on Disney Plus of him returning the Infinity Stones.
Okay.
Which sounds interesting, but I don't think they would do that because I think it's kind of like...
Which sounds interesting, but I'm kind of bored already.
But I kind of hate it. But yeah, we'll see. But I mean, I would like to see him again, but not really in a major role. Like, I think, same with Iron Man, I think they should just leave it and... I mean, maybe 20 years from now, like, if they did an epic, Avengers 6 and, like, everyone comes back and something, but, like, for right now... Actually, Downey Jr. is going to be 80 in 20 years, isn't he? Isn't he, like, 60 almost?
No, there's no way he's 60.
He's not 60, but he's... I bet... I'm saying 55.
I'm saying 56.
Well...
No, 54.
Age. 55. Oh! Get wrecked. Anyway...
You so knew this beforehand. You're just waiting to say that. You so did hours of research yesterday.
Finding his birth certificate? Also, we have more Evans news. And I just... This headline comes to us from Screen Rant, as a lot of this news tends to do.
Is this
Screen Rant.
Luke or Chris?
It's Chris. It comes actually from, I think... What is this website called? Movie Web. Anyway, or it might be Screen Rant. I don't know. I copied it into my notes. I can't remember. Anyway, Anthony Mackie claims his Falcon has better buns than Chris Evans' Captain America. So, I think we should discuss this for the whole episode.
Let's debate this.
I think this should be the title, thumbnail, tags, description.
Whose ass is better, Anthony Mackie, Luke Evans?
So he said, I love Chris Evans, but I got better buns. So.
Just the fact that Mackie referred to himself as buns.
maybe he didn't. I think that might have been the article. But to be honest with you, and I know this may come as a shock, I don't really have a strong opinion on this, but I'm thinking maybe
BHL, you're too funny.
I mean, Chris Evans does have America's ass, as they say, but
I was gonna say that is America's ass.
Maybe Cian puts up a poll on the pod fan page, and we see how the people feel. But actually, I think I can put polls on the podcast. And they might they got rid of polls actually on YouTube, which is kind of a shame. I like those, but anyway, so that's some Mackie news, I'd
probably say I have no clue how Mackie's ass looks, but I know very well how Evan's ass looks.
Well,
so
I mean, they forced us to look at it.
I'll go with what I know.
They forced 2.9 billion people to look at it, or however many people saw Endgame. So, Amazon Prime, and this is not new news, but I think it'll be news to you because you don't keep up with these kind of like intellectual things. Amazon Prime is making a Lord of the Rings TV show.
Oh, I did hear this actually.
So, well, I've been caught here. So I know you're a big Bilbo Baggins stan. So I thought this would excite you.
I would say I'm a stan of Bilbo.
Of the Entry Gormling or whatever he's called.
Treebeard.
That's slightly off with Gormling, but I tried my best.
Gormling.
So yeah.
Who is Gormling?
I don't know. I was trying to say a name that sounded vaguely. I was about to say Middle Eastern, Middle Earthern.
Vaguely Middle Eastern, so I went with Gormling.
Anyway, well, this excitement is kind of dead now that you actually knew that going in. Do you want to know the cast of David O. Russell's next movie? David O. Crow.
David O. Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
David O. Nice guy.
Yeah. Okay, you ruined it. It was really funny before, and now you ruined it.
It was peak comedy, and now it's.
He's done a bunch of stuff with. He did American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook, The Fighter, Joy, bunch of Christian Bale and/or Bradley Cooper stuff, as you do.
Okay.
But his next movie, the cast will be. Russian metal arm lady.
Okay.
Christian Bale.
Love
John David Washington.
Who?
Black Klansman guy.
That Black Klansman man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Mike Myers.
Okay.
Rami Malek. Margot Robbie. Zoe Saldana. Chris Rock. Michael Shannon. And Timothy Olyphant.
Not the elephant. It was going so well.
I knew that would be the cherry on top. So yeah,
what? That's an insane cast.
Yeah, and also someone called Andrea Riseborough, but I don't know her. But what a cast!
That is
So that's a thing.
Damn.
That's happening.
When's that coming out?
No idea, but probably next year, maybe. And speaking of movies that we would be excited for based upon the director and/or the cast. Guy Ritchie's next film is going to be a spy film. It's called Five Eyes, and it will star, in fact, I'll go in order of ones you'll be excited about. Aubrey Plaza.
Wait, from most to least.
Least to most. So, but it's still...
I love Aubrey.
Well, the least is still very good, but just wait until you hear the others. Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
A reteaming with Jason Statham.
Okay.
Hubert Grantman.
No.
And Bugsy Malone. Which I know is the one you're most excited for. Boxes of Bush too.
I like how you said it'll be top 5. And you named 4 because Bugsy is.
Did I say top 5?
Bugsy is in fact
8 people.
16 different personalities.
They're all primetime fucking Iron
they
Chin
all
Jim.
Have iron chins. Oh well, damn.
So yeah.
Bugsy's really gotten in with Guy Ritchie. What the hell?
Yeah, I didn't know he did a lot of acting, but I guess he does. So yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That is
Matt Damon is coming back.
That's it. Full stop.
That's a pretty exciting news headline. Is going to be in Thor 4. So if you'll recall, Matt Damon did in fact play Loki in the fake Thor play.
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
Is he going to have like a proper role, or is he just going to be like...
I don't know. I suspect given it's Taika, he will come back as the same actor, except they'll just give him a bigger part. Which could be fun, although it's kind of taking a funny joke and then maybe doing a bit.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the poorly planned podcast of Thor films.
This kind of the Kingsman 1 ending that then led into the second movie where
maybe just leave it be. But it could be very funny. Also, you have no idea. Maybe he'll be a completely different character, but somehow doubt it. So.
Matt Damon only knows one role.
Another little... We're kind of speed rounding some of these, but they're pretty small piece of news just here. I just wrote here, John Wick 4 to start filming this year, according to Blackbeard, because I couldn't remember the actor's name. So, whatever that guy's called.
Yes. Isn't it like, not Toby Jones, it's,
It's definitely... Toby Jizzle, that's the one.
Oh, that is the one.
Ian McShane, because he's also Tai
Ian
Lung.
McShane. I was close. Is he Tai Lung?
Of course he is.
Don't say it like that. Who else would be Tai Lung?
The whooshy finger hold. You're bluffing.
Not the whooshy finger hold.
You're bluffing.
You're bluffing. Shifu didn't teach you that.
That's a pretty good Jack Black. So are you excited for...
God, what is that guy doing? He's just all over the place now, doing like half-naked TikToks and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ian McShane. I was like, really?
No, that would be a scarring sight. Sorry, Ian.
So what are you excited for Wickathan the Fourth?
Wickathan the Fourth.
Because at the end he teams up
with Burtman.
Yeah, the Birdman. What's he called? God, I'm terrible this episode.
Lawrence.
I mean, obviously I'm excited for it, but the third one was a bit disappointing.
You thought so? I really liked the third one.
It did have some excellent action, especially that knife fight, but the story was pretty bad in my opinion. And at the end when they were like,
it's the least good of the three, but yeah.
Well, when they were trying to tease the fourth one, I was like, you're trying too hard. Like, you're just kind of...
What about you, John? You pissed?
Yeah. No, I was not a fan of that at all. But
did you like Blackbeard's betrayal? You like Toby Jones' betrayal?
Sounds like a fan fiction you wrote. Blackbeard's betrayal. Kind of. And then Wick falls like 1,000 meters into concrete, and then he's pissed, as Lawrence would say.
What about you, John? You're pissed. It's a pretty good Fishburne.
But I think they come back. They have some good action, have some cool shootouts. I'm always down for that. And if they can just tighten the story up a little bit and make it a little more, I don't know. I think they've gone too far into the assassin world. Like, it's fun to explore a little bit, and I think it's perfect in 2 where they expand on it more. But now it's like all about, here's your secret assassin mom, and cut off your finger for this assassin dude in the desert. And it's like it was so fun because it was kind of more simple, and the assassin thing was just a backdrop.
You didn't know too much, but you were just like dropped into the world.
Yeah.
Now
it's like
you understand the politics of it, and like the real world.
I'm pissed.
You pissed, John.
Yeah. Well, anyway, should be. I'm still excited for it, of course. Let's see. Big news. The only kind of actual piece of news in this whole episode, because we've just kind of gone around like Wonka news mostly. Did you see the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong? And follow-up question, are you #Team Godzilla or #Team Monkey?
I have not seen it, but I can already tell you that I'm #Team George.
I mean, obviously, if you were expecting either of us to not be Team Giant Ape after our favorite film.
After everything you know about us, then who are you?
You really didn't see the trailer. This is like the only actual piece of news this week. Oh my goodness.
I've not seen the trailer.
You failure of a podcast co-host.
So who's in it? What's happening?
Well, Godzilla and Kong.
Is Andy Serkis the monkey?
No, it's the new monkey from Skull Island. The new monkey.
Is it the same monkey?
From Skull Island?
Yeah?
Yes, of course. So they built a Kong universe, Kongiverse.
A Kongiverse.
Yeah. So
a curse.
It's what's his name? Snivelly bad guy. That's kind of mean to call him that.
Toby Jones.
No, he is actually called Toby something. Toby something.
Toby Smith?
Maybe.
Toby something.
He's the bad guy in Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, in the new one. Anyway, he plays the monkey.
Toby Maguire?
That's the one. You got it. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Freddy. Fucking dickhead. So they're gonna fight. It looks like Monkey is gonna be the good guy in this situation. So.
Wait, is he called Monkey?
No. But I saw a meme that I enjoyed where it's like Godzilla is this like fire-breathing nuclear lizard, whatever, and then it's like Kong, and then it's a picture of Oogway and just says Monkey. But,
you just sounded so like sincere. You're like, I'm sorry, Monkey.
Sorry, George. But
sorry.
It's been so long since we talked about George. I miss it.
God, how do you think he's doing?
Well, the lung probably hasn't healed. Yeah, Freddy did the finger.
The classic George finger movements.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Only real Georgers will know.
God, they need to make a Rampage 2. Like, come on.
Come on. Like, there's so much material.
That universe has so much to be expanded upon.
God, the lore is out of the roof. What the hell?
Anyway, so it looks like Godzilla's gone rogue or something, even though, was he ever not rogue? I mean, he's a giant lizard, like...
Well, so is it the same Godzilla that was in the previous movies as well?
Yeah, so I didn't see Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters.
I have not either.
Apparently it's fine.
But didn't he, like... So Godzilla was, like... And this is just what I've heard based on other people, which is how I know 90% of everything. But aren't there other monsters who kind of like rise up in the previous movie and then Godzilla like kills them and saves the planet?
Probably. Let's speculate more on this film neither of us have seen. Anyway, also I know he's not a lizard. He's probably some other fucking thing because I know Godzilla fans get really particular about it. So
he gives me porcupine vibes.
Anyway, so it looks like something's upset him, and now they're like, we gotta bring in our reinforcements. We gotta bring in George.
The big guns. Oh.
Okay, yeah, Monkey. So they've made Kong way bigger because he was like 1/4 of Godzilla's size in the 70s in Kong Skull Island when that's set in the 70s, and then he eats John Goodman or something, I think. But now they made him much bigger because he's grown over the past 50 years or something. And now they're going to fight, and it looks fine. It looks exactly how I was expecting it to look. Two big monsters punching each other. Seems like a solid
Honestly, these movies, movie. I just don't give a...
But you want to see them. You want to see who's going to win. It's probably going to be Monkey. Or they're going to be, as the Weekly Planet say, they're going to punch each other for a bit and then be friends. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, it looks fine. I think it'll be a fun... It's coming out in a couple months. Hopefully cinemas are open by then. And it looks like a fun popcorn thing. If it comes out... only on home release, I'll probably just wait to watch it. If it comes out in the cinema and cinemas open, I'll watch it there. So, yeah, that's my review of Kong, the Godzilla. I have a little bit of more news here, but it's not much, it's not very interesting, I'll be honest. I think we just go to the Tom Cnews. It's time for...
The Tom Cnews!
So I found this article, and then I discovered this morning that someone had suggested in the comments we review this as well, but it is in fact this Instagram post from Simon Pegg.
Okay.
It's the one, remember at the start of Mission Impossible 5, he's wearing the leaf camouflage suit thing, when he's like, the package is on the plane. Yeah. That's my Peg.
The package is on the plane.
He captioned it. He has a picture of that, and he captioned it. When Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie happened upon this costume idea, they took pics of themselves wearing it and sent them to me, as if to say, ha ha ha, fuck you, Simon, we're gonna make you wear this, you hapless fucking clown. So, that's the...
I can't imagine Cruise saying that directly to Simon Pegg's face.
So, yeah, no, Pegg feels demeaned on the set of Mission Impossible 5. Yeah, good on Pegg. Congrats, Pegg. I guess.
Compegulation.
Let's just settle on that for a few minutes. That you just said that word.
Sit and let that marinate.
Let's make that the title of this pod.
Welcome to the compegulation. Sounds like a fancy computer program.
Speculation. Sounds like a Tron sequel. I'm very excited to announce that, as you know, we're on Apple Podcasts, formerly known as iTunes, and
that's the first time you've done that right.
We finally got enough reviews to have a star rating. So before, next to the stars, it would say...
Oh God, I don't want to hear the star rating.
Before it would say, what's it called? Like, not enough reviews. Now, with 4 reviews, we have a perfect 5-star rating. So...
Damn!
If everyone who listens on Apple Podcasts, if you could give us a 5-star rating, it'd be much appreciated. It helps out the show. And I found one written review, which I quite enjoyed. Let me just see if I can pull this up here, because I can't find it on my computer for some reason. But,
You sounded like a proper YouTuber there. Yeah, give us a rating. Helps out the show.
Oh, and see, look, the other Poorly Planned podcast, they have 5 reviews, so we need to overtake them, obviously. So,
well, are they perfect 5-star?
They are as well. What? Now it's gone. What the? Are you kidding me, bro? It had what is this?
It was there. I promise. Wait. Okay. Let me see.
We had 5 stars.
So is it podcasts and then?
I should have screenshot it, because I swear to God it was there. And there was a very funny review that someone had written that now also is... Well, this has ruined my day. What I was going to say is there was a review that said something like, this is a great podcast from the legendary YouTuber BHL Hudson, also Freddy's there, I guess, or something like that, which I really enjoyed.
That's just rude at that point, isn't it?
So I'm very upset that I can't find that, and now my day is ruined.
I'm sure you've imagined that. That would never happen.
I might have, to be honest. Those are most of the dreams I have, with people praising me and making fun of you.
Well, can I rate us?
I mean, I don't know if that's, like, morally wrong, but...
Legally, it's definitely wrong, but...
I don't know. I mean, God, well, this is really taking the wind out of my sails.
Well, I did it.
Shit. The cops knocked down your door?
I just get sniped through my window.
It's by the other Poorly Planned podcast? To be fair, the other Poorly Planned podcast hasn't done an episode since March 2020, so, I hope they're okay. We're still going strong, so suck on that, the other Poorly Planned pod, who our fans harassed for like a brief period of time. Don't harass anyone,
we were
please.
First, weren't we?
Yeah, of course. See, we were before them, we've lived on longer than them. I'm just saying, what does that say about life,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Perseverance. You can copy and pirate any idea you want. But in the end, God will judge you. And if you're in the wrong, he will smite you.
I really hope nothing has actually happened to these guys now, because then this looks really bad. I don't know anything about them, just for the record. And then, I just have an amazing fact. Guess where Giancarlo Esposito is born? Giancarlo, however you pronounce it.
Give me a hint.
I mean, okay, think of it this way. Why would I ever bring this up if it wasn't this one country?
Is he born in Denmark?
He is.
Damn.
He only lived here for 6 months, but he was in fact born in Denmark, so there you go.
Was he conceived in Denmark?
I didn't bother researching that part, but I think the obvious answer is yes.
Part.
I mean, who isn't? Let's be honest.
He's got Lars Løkke in his veins.
That's such a weird thing to say, and also such a specific reference that no one will get. But yeah, I mean, Denmark is known as the country of love. It's not at all.
Is it?
No.
I thought it was Paris, the country.
Then Cian commented on the latest pod. He said top 5 sitcom characters, and I wanted to see how much you agree with this. Number 1, Jim Halpert. Number 2, Schmidt. Number 3, Dwight. Number 4, Winston Bishop. Number 5, Jake Peralta. I think that's a pretty solid list, to be honest.
I don't agree that Jim Halpert's first. He would probably be 7th for me, but
I think maybe I would, because I've only seen up to season 3. I'd maybe switch Jake Peralta around with Winston Bishop, but you know what? I think that's a good list.
Wow.
And Nick from New Girl is clearly number 80.
You need to back the off.
Chisaki, famed fan of the Freddy Anime Hour, I think. I mean, because he comments about anime consistently. He said, I highly recommend the Attack on Titan manga. So, it's for you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but it's just really long, so.
And your attention span, and you can't read, so, that's kind of a problem.
I've never taught how to properly read, and
Then
the thing with the manga, while this doesn't take away from anything, but you read it in like reverse in a way. Like you start at where you'd normally end the book and then read it backwards.
Yeah, well, I have a whole Naruto manga from Lele that I have. I'm getting to.
Burnt.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. It's somewhere on my shelf. I'll get to it. Thank you, Lele. Now, also, Cian sent in that video of Krasinski and James Corden from a few years back. Remember that? They did like they're in your favorite movies kind of thing. I'm not the world's biggest Corden fan, but I am the world's biggest Krasinski fan.
I don't really like Corden, yeah.
So, but that's one of his few very excellent videos. Go Corden. I mean, Corden's fine. I don't really know. I don't really watch him. But go Corden. One day I'll be on that show.
I love his performance in Cats.
Then the fan page. I also just want to say shout out to the fan page because besides the posts that we talk about here, they do. Cian puts up like fun stories and polls on the stories and that kind of stuff. So it's all, just a good thing to follow in general because we also can't talk about the stories on the pod because he disappears. So you gotta follow it. You know what I'm saying? On the stories, I will just say he's been posting Raymond Smith fan videos, which you sent me a while back. So
I do enjoy a Raymond Smith. He's a good Raymond Smith fan video.
He's going through that same phase, which every man goes through at some point in his life, where he watches Raymond Smith fan videos. Anyway, what's been posted on the pod fan page this week? First of all, speak of the devil, a Raymond Smith fan video. Yep, the classic ones.
Okay.
There are also, I will say, Eggsy fan videos, also pretty good. Eggsy Raymond Smith crossover. Can you even imagine? Then
Eggsy as Wonka.
See, as well. You know what? I kind of see it. Actually, no, he's too British.
Right.
Then we have, based on the comment where you said blasphemy, and I said this is the best meme on this page about a anti-FTK gaming post. We have the poorly planned podcast Civil War. Just look at this post. Look at that title, man. He made this title. Hell, this is awesome.
Yeah. Wait. I need to see just again who's on my team.
I did not see you commented. You said, I would say I undoubtedly have the better team. Well, sir, I have, so it's me, Django, Baby, Krasinski, and John Hamm. Whereas you have Josh Gad.
Just look at the very back of mine and you'll know that you've instantly lost.
You have Josh Gad, Nick from New Girl, Raymond Smith, Brad Pitt, and you. The only one there that's slightly threatening is Brad Pitt. Maybe Raymond Smith, but I feel like I would take.
What about me?
Smith.
What about me?
I like with there's also Hugh Grant, Simon Pegg, Taron Egerton, BJ Novak, and Ed Helms. But it's left to your imagination who they would be. Also, Rock or Cavill aren't there because Thor and Hulk weren't in Civil War. So obviously, Cavill is Hulk, yeah. Rock is Thor. So I think my team would kick the shit out of yours if I'm just being completely frank.
I will say that just initial looks, it does look like you've got better fighters, but
look, okay, I would beat you up. I think Django could probably.
I don't know.
Django could probably beat up. Okay, maybe Pitt takes Django, but that would be a close contest.
Yeah, Raymond would beat the shit out of Baby.
Okay, maybe, but then John Krasinski would pulverize Jake Johnson, and John Hamm would not leave a bone unbroken in Josh Gad's body. So
I was gonna say, Krasinski would actually be beaten by Nick because this is was it a silent the what's that movie from?
Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. Because Nick would just scream as soon as Krasinski got close to him, and then duck, and then the creatures would get Krasinski, and Nick would just laugh. And then immediately get killed as well, but he'd die second.
You do have a solid argument there. However, I will say, based on these 5 names that couldn't fit on the poster, I think you would get Hugh Grant and Ed Helms, and I would get Pegg, Edgerton, and Novak, and I think that puts it over my favor.
What?
So.
Okay, you can't just give me
Helms.
One man who's like
the Nard man.
An old. You can't just give me the Nard man and Fletcher Mundo.
I think Fletcher Mundo could win on his own. Anyway, then Freddy, bored. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Classic Dwight meme right there.
That is pretty good.
And then also, I'm so glad we got a Bernie meme for us with Bernie just sitting between us. So that's classic. Love the fan page. Check it out. Thanks to Cian. Wonderful stuff. Fan page is linked down below. The Reddit, I'm planning on doing a thing. I think I talked about in my latest video. And you can listen to the podcast on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
You were so good.
I had it this time. I thought I had it. Why do I write it iTunes? That's so dumb. Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're listening there, we're on YouTube where we post exclusive content, some pod videos every Wednesday. So, thank you very much for listening. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter at FDK_AdultSniper. You can find me on YouTube at FDK_Gaming. And you can find me on Instagram at FDalgard.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
I've got a Josh Gad on my team.